Hey guys, I'm with the long overdue part 3 of Final Fantasy boss battles, covering every boss battle in the game. So now we're on AtmaWeapon, probably the last boss in the World of Balance that you fight. So pretty much this is like the last boss you fight at the halfway point of this game. So it's a really hard fight. The music is different as well. You don't hear this music. You only hear this song maybe 4 times in the game. And we'll get to those fights as well. So basically you want to use your strongest magic attacks. I go with Ice just to keep it consistent. And with Shadow, who's forced to be on your team, I'm throwing all the items that I don't really need or that are just really crappy and I can buy more of like later on. So I'm just throwing those, chucking them at him. And using Ice for the most part, using strong blitzes and tools. Celeste has safe on her because AtmaWeapon has some pretty strong physical attacks. So eventually I'm going to try and safe and shell my whole party. Because Flare as well is a really formidable magic attack. Wall rings would be good for this fight actually. If you want to have, or Carbuncle, the Esper, so he can cast Reflect on everyone, so Flare would have no effect and it'll bounce back to him. The only issue is then you'd have to heal with items solely, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So throwing shurikens, using drill and blitz and ice too. Pretty standard fight. Keep everyone healed. You know, cure them when you have to. Oh, Quake's gonna take a toll on everybody. Shrub Down is a relic that lets you float before a battle, which is why Edgar's floating and didn't get touched by Quake. So any enemy that uses Earth-based attacks, you're gonna want to either cast Float or use the relic Shrub Down, and it'll make those attacks null completely. And full power. That would have definitely killed Edgar if he didn't have safe on. So there's that foresight I spoke about. Good thing he didn't use it on Shadow, because then Shadow would have been gone. Drill, Ice 2, here comes another Flare. On Celeste, who has the most health on my team, so it's probably not going to kill her. Quarter, which does exactly what it says. It either, I think it brings your life down to a quarter. Yeah, it leaves you with a quarter of health. And you can learn the move, but most enemies are immune to it, so it's not that good. It's good when your enemies use it on you. At higher level, your characters will be immune to it. Like, your characters will use a shield and just shield the attack, because it's like, what are you trying to do, you know? So Cure 2 on everyone. Everyone's kind of getting back on their feet now. Some more Ice 2. Throw some more useless crap at them. Well, not useless. Shuriken, which I bought specifically for Shadow a while back in the game. So if you don't want to throw your items, you can just buy a whole bunch of Shuriken. And there we go. That's the end of that fight. On with. Alright, now this is kind of like a losing fight that you can't really win. When you first meet Terra, and she gets destroyed. So now, with the only 2 characters I have at this point of the game, which are Sabin and Celeste, they have to do the fight. And this one counts. Solar Plex. She blocks it. Solar Plex does about 800 or 1000 damage. I know it does a lot. And I'm using Pummel because I'm back on my keyboard. I can't really find my remote. So I'm back on my keyboard and I'm using Pummel to be safe. So I don't have to do any crazy inputs on the keyboard and potentially mess up. So standard. I could be using Runic, but I want to deal damage. Could be just using Runic to absorb all his elemental attacks and just eating the physical, which there's nothing wrong with. Genji Glove on Sabin, meaning he attacks twice. And I believe he has a Black Belt on him. And Black Belt is a relic that makes you counterattack whenever you get hit. And that's it. He's done. I mean, they don't expect you to have that many characters, so next fight, we finally met up with Edgar, so now I have 3 people on my team. And once, you know, after a certain point, the game becomes completely and altogether unlinear. So throughout the course of these boss battles, you're going to see me using every character in the game. Which is why I love Final Fantasy VI so much, because no other game really gives you that much control of your party and your team and who you want to use. Like, in almost any Final Fantasy, I can't say, hey, I'm going to be using every single character in the game and showcasing them to you. Because they would either be under-leveled or there just aren't that many characters. But in this game, there are 18 characters, I believe, or 16. I forget the exact number, but there's a lot. There's quite the multitude. So back to the battle. Each tentacle is weak against a certain element. So right now I'm just fishing around for that. And alright, so I can use ice on him. Seize basically holds your character and absorbs their life from them. So now we got poisoned. I'm gonna try ice on this one. And I'm just gonna deal, alright, that one's gone. I'm just gonna deal direct damage with Tool, which is non-elemental, so I don't have to worry. Alright, so ice seems to be super effective on him. So now we all know how to focus fire on the bottom right tentacle, which is weak against ice. And let me get rid of that poison on stabbing, especially since Edgar is poisoned now too. So just to heal them and then cure them. Nope, it's not lightning on that one. Antidote. And they spell it like that only when it's an item. Oh no, only when it's in magic form. When it's in item form, they spell it correctly. Which I don't know why, but I guess they wanted to differentiate between the two. Alright, let's finish this one off with another ice too. Cure myself. When your characters are divided by an enemy like this, you can't heal all of them. You can only heal one half of the screen with multiple, you know, magic attacks. And I'm gonna want to just deal direct damage to that one. I already know the one on the bottom right is also getting ready to pass out pretty soon. Or die. The same Pokemon. There we go. So now probably one more magic attack, and then we can all just gangbang the top right one. Pummel, which is neutral damage. She blocks the seize. Should be done. No, not yet. Oh, okay, my bad. They get that one last swing in before they die. And now, alright, doesn't seem like fire's super effective. Maybe lightning. I'm just fishing around right now. Even though it is a done fight, pretty much no matter what we do, like, that thing's not beating us. No, like, it absorbs lightning, so I think we'll just go for neutral damage, pummel, drill, and fight. Or I might fish around some more. Just thinking, what could I possibly do to it? Fuck it, I'll just fight. Using my strongest non-elemental attacks to take out the last tentacle, and we should be, yeah, like I said, we're done with this fight. Next, Presenter. This guy is a very much stronger version of the first boss battle of the game. You don't want to attack its shell because it can do a multitude of things. So I'm using Phantom to make us all invisible from physical attacks, which prevent getting hurt by physical attacks. And this is a monster in a box battle. There's a chest in Daryl's tomb that when you open it, it's next to the save point, but when you try and open it, now, because that was because Pummel attacks a random target, and it just chose to attack the shell. So we're all gonna eat magnitude 8 for it. And since we got hit by a magic attack or a non-physical attack, everyone's gonna come out of their invisibility. So now with Edgar's tool, Debilitator, I believe it's called, it casts a weak point, which was water. I might want to use it again to make it an element that I have. Setzer has some sort of earth absorption in his armor. So now it rears its head out, and there goes Sabin attacking the shell again. Doom darts on Setzer, gonna drill the head. That didn't sound right. Try fire, but that doesn't seem to do the trick. And the head goes back in, which is why this fight's so annoying. So I'll just heal everyone at this point. Get ready for another magnitude 8 or whatever it's gonna do. I'm just waiting at this point. Yeah, magnitude 8. It's inevitable, even if you don't attack it. But if you do attack it, then it counters with magnitude 8. So you eat 2 of them. Come out, any day now. So yeah. I have my battle set on active, which is why the enemy will attack even while I'm choosing my magic spell. However, if you set it on wait, while you're going through your magic selection and your tools or what have you, the enemy will never hit you because you set the battle for that way. But active, they don't care. Even while you're going through your items. Well, actually, while it's set on wait and you're going through your items, they will still hit you because going through items for some reason doesn't count as a certain kind of mega of slot, like menu slot. Wow, Gigavolt. So yeah, that's what happens when you attack the shell. So now I'm just waiting for him to come out. And then waiting for Sabin to revive so I can heal everyone. If I do it before he's up and running, it'll just only work on the 3 that I picked. Not him. Oh, that was a waste. So at this point I have the battle won. I'm just waiting for him to come out again. He's just wasting my time at this point. Doom darts. And there we go. Easy does it. Now Dullahan, the exact next boss battle right after you open that chest. So now level $Pearl, what that does is it chooses a random level denomination. So like for example 2, anyone with an even number like level, if they're level 22, 24, 26, whatever, it'll hit them. If it shows 5, then any denomination of 5 will get hit by that attack. So at this point I got lucky that whatever number it chose and whatever my level is did coincide. And I'm just trying physical attacks right now. That Fire Claw and Tiger Claw do considerable damage to him. Genji Glove Sabin works wonders. And his weakness is fire, so I find that out by using Sabin and just physically attacking him with Fire Claw. So 1k at this point is pretty good damage. And I don't know what I'm looking for in the menu here. But Sabin is definitely going to town on him with his Fire Claw, Tiger Claw combination and Genji Glove. Drill him, just add insult to injury. Cure everybody just in case he pulls out something crazy, which I don't think he will at this point. And cross. And ice. You'd best be frozen. And it only froze him. So basically when someone gets frozen, you use a fire attack on them to break them out. And it doesn't count as being dead. Because when you get frozen, if all your party members get frozen, you can still fight. However, if all your party members get stoned, you lose the battle. So now, I go straight to the Ice Dragon in Narshi. And I actually thought about this fight considerably. So I'm going to haste everybody up, and then I'm going to cast Berserk on the Ice Dragon. So he can't use his powerful Ice 3 and Snowball spells. He's just Berserk. So while he's Berserked, he's just going to attack my party constantly with physical attacks and not even bother trying to freeze them or use anything crazy. He's just going to physically hit them, which isn't that much to worry about. So now, since he's only going to do physical attacks against me, I'm going to use Fenrir, Moonsong, which creates after images of my party members and makes them invulnerable to physical attacks completely. So that's it. This fight's pretty much locked down, and that's how you destroy the Ice Dragon, which is considered to be one of the harder dragons in the game. So that's it. You can't really do anything. I'm gonna slow him down just for the hell of it. Now he's really fucked. He's just a sitting duck. And at this point, you just use your critical hit for 5k. So you just use your strongest attacks and fire 2, fire 3 if you have it, because it's really helpful. Ifrit if you have him, well, which you would have as an Esper because it's part of the story. So I'm using Palador, which is an Esper that everyone jumps on and then comes down consecutively in sequence. 7, that's 4,000, and that's it. That's all that was needed. But you'll see more Palador later on in other videos. So while I'm in town, I might as well fight Tritoch, which is an Esper that teaches you Fire 3, Bolt 3, and Ice 3, which are the strongest of said elements in the game. So basically, you would think since he teaches you every element of attack, he's weak to none of them, but he's actually weak to fire. So he's an ice elemental, but when you use him as a summon, he does a tri-elemental attack, which includes fire, ice, and lightning. It's just, I guess, because he's frozen, he's weak against fire, and because he's in an, ice capsule, he's doing ice attacks. I don't know why he only does ice attacks. It doesn't make much sense to me, but that's just how he is. And he's using Rasp to drain me of MP completely. So I use Fire 1 to heal, to get Edgar out of the ice. Physical attacks don't do much, so we have to use magic on him. And I get a lucky 7 flush with Setzer. He's rasping all my party members, so we won't even be able to hurt him. Or we're going to have to waste tinctures, which are really expensive to buy and rare to find. So at this point, I'm just going to burn him and haste my party. And he just keeps rasping me. Chocobop. And I'm gonna shell because I'm expecting Ice 3 pretty soon, so I want him to survive. But he's just going at it with Rasp, draining my MP. Because he knows better than to let us have magic so we can use fire too. And so I haste everyone, so now we're gonna be attacking more frequently. And Chocobop, which misses completely. So much for that. Fire, even Fire 1 does 1,000, which is great damage for this point in the game. So Setzer doesn't have that much magic, because I just got him, and in the vanilla world, if you will, I never even trained him at all, so there goes that Ice 3 I was worried about. Not bad. So at this point, everyone's glowing some sort of color. Oh, and almost had the airship drop. But I'm just going at it with fire, fire 2. Setzer doesn't really have anything, so I'm just using his slot machine, which isn't much help. When you get nothing, it gets that rabbit, and he heals everyone for about 50, 60 life, which is nothing. You'd best be frozen. Chocobop, which is probably gonna miss. Fire 2 again. Let me try Pummel, see how that works out. Alright, not bad. He pummels through everything. Pummel, I think, is one of the best neutral damage moves in the game. Waiting for him to be frozen, so I use Fire 1 on everyone. You can't just choose 2 people to use it on. You have to use it on everyone or just one person. So I just use it on everyone. We're all gonna get burned right now. And Celeste's still chanting her magic spell, so as soon as she comes out, she's gonna use it. I think that's it right there. Yep. Rasp. Get rid of that MP. He should be dying soon. Chocobob, which is probably gonna miss. Yep. Even though the animation shows him getting hit. 20 damage. Rasp. So we're gonna have no MP after this fight. Fire 2. Oh, I have no MP. Like I said. 900 hefty damage. And that's it. Thanks for watching.